All right, so this is me and Paul kind of talking about the Raincross stuff. So, Paul, how are we doing tonight, man?
We're doing awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Cool, cool. Let me log in here real quick. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. So you said you had something. You said you had something to show me.
Yeah.
So be
So
careful that this might be like a no budget productions after dark type conversation there.
cool. Well, you can see I've got the dim lights here, so there we go.
Right on, man. Right on. What
So
you got, brother?
we're gonna film the sequence with Ra and Tyrion, who are Romulan characters, next week for season 2.
Mhm.
And so we have the ears, we have our ears here, and then we have Ra's jacket just came in yesterday. And so it's Romulan green with a fold over flap. And because she's tall Shiar, we have that beautiful Romulan brooch
Oh,
pin that goes right there.
oh, that is cool.
How cool is that, huh?
That is cool, man. With the little Romulan bird that holds both worlds, Romulus and Remus, huh?
Yep. Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
it's resin with the pins in the back, so it's not too heavy. And we're just going to take this to the costume shop and remove the studs. I think I'm going to leave the studs up here, which are kind of like be like a rank pin sort of thing, though. So yeah, so it's just kind of cool. I mean, it's like finding the coolest things and simple things. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the beauty about doing the. Hold on. That's the beauty about doing the fan films is like you get to see, stuff from your childhood and kind of reinterpret it, and you get to kind of translate it and go, because again, like I remember when I was a little kid and they had the Playmates, communicator that was so big and bulky, and it's like, I mean, it was like, for little 10-year-old me or 13-year-old me, like it was like this huge on my chest, and to put it
Yeah,
on your clothes, like it really made like a big bulb on, and it was so bulky,
but
I
it
mean,
felt real. I mean,
oh dude, it's so cool because when you pressed it, it curved, and I was like, it was so cool,
yeah.
but and now, Royce has, he has his own little communicator, that
Oh,
Trek Yards had sent, cheap plug for Trek Yards. If anyone hasn't seen it, go see that channel, um, but I mean, and you sent your own communicator, that Drew and him have, just
yeah.
cool shit, the stuff that we have nowadays,
Oh, yeah.
and 3D print and, just accessible to everybody, it's cool as hell,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, it is.
let me see here. Let me go to, and I apologize to anybody that is, I don't have the sharing menu. I don't know how to do that. So you guys just going to be watching me and Paul, just kind of look at the screen and you'll probably hear what's going on.
It's
So
fun time for all.
yeah, you'll get to see us talking about footage. So,
Yeah.
your audio spoiler will be there, but I think you'll live. So
Yeah.
let's go here. Let me go to my Google Drive. 1 second. So now, you guys, are you done with filming, or where exactly
We
are you?
we have officially wrapped all principal photography for all 6 episodes of season 1,
Okay.
which is pretty freaking cool. And then we actually wrapped around and did a lot of well, not I mean, it was a good amount of filming towards season 2 a
Mhm.
couple weeks ago, and then we're going to do the about a day's worth of filming next Sunday, and then we'll be at a brewery to film the engine room stuff. Then I think 2 weeks from that. So we've got a good schedule ahead of us,
Mhm.
because our tech director at our college he's a big sci-fi guy too. He's like, well, we have these walls for. He's kind of like Tony Shalhoub in Galaxy Quest. Like nothing really kind of phases him. Yeah, he's awesome. Kevin, give you a big shout out right now. But he's just like, yeah, he put some green screens on this back wall. It's kind of like Next Generation. So you kind of
I,
have
I
this.
I can't think of a higher compliment than that.
Yeah.
That is
So,
cool.
yeah, so he's helping us design green screen fronts for the bridge consoles so that we can film on the stage at Crafton all of our bridge sequences. which is I know I promised to Defiant, but we're kind of doing like a modified bridge based upon the episode from Voyager with the original uh, the original my brain is blanking right now. Original class of the Raincross is based on, which is the Prometheus.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Let's see here. Shared with. Do I have, are you? Let's see. I don't think you're on this one. Let's see. Where is it? Raincross. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Share. I think you're on this. Okay, so I got to share. Okay, so your email address. Which one is that one going to?
for the Google Drive.
Yeah, I got to add you to this one. To my copy before we go. So which one is this going to?
This is pjacques22@gmail.com.
Okay, at Gmail
Gmail,
at
yep.
G. Okay, gosh, I'm so tongue twisted. Okay, so I got you. There we go. Okay, so that should have. I've got you. You should have access to that folder now. Do you?
Let me see. Okay.
I just sent it to you. Or I mean, I just gave you shared access to it.
Okay. Hang on just a minute.
Sure.
Do I check my Gmail for that?
I think so. I'm not sure. It may pop up in your Gmail or Google Drive. I'm not sure. Like it should have popped up. It may be unshared.
Folder shared. There we go. Cool.
So what I did was every time you sent me something, I always just copied and pasted. Like I just copied and sent it over to this so that, and I tried to keep it as like.
Oh, there we go.
I tried to keep it as contained with episodes as I could. So yeah. So here we go. So where do you want to start?
Well, I guess since we're done with Raincross, the first episode, we go right to Points Unknown.
Okay, so that folder, let's see, okay, so episode 2, Points Unknown. All right, let's click on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got shot 1, which is a CGI shot.
Okay.
And you've seen that, and that looks okay for what you want.
Yeah, I think it was great.
Okay.
Yeah, so then the next one.
So what other shots do you need CGI wise for Points Unknown?
Points Unknown actually takes place mostly on the planet Hiko. So
okay.
We have the shot in with the ship going into orbit, and then the ship pulling away at the end.
Okay.
So I think that's a light CG load for that episode.
Okay, so we need one more CG shot of the ship flying away, or do you think we can get away with not doing one with that?
It'd be nice to have one pulling away from the planet. I think it's a nice epilogue to have the ship going out. And then
okay.
Let me take a look at something really quickly on the script. All right.
Because this is for like looking at backgrounds and looking at like again characters and everything. Like the one thing about Paul, you guys would realize. I would love to sit there and stare inside Paul's head, but I feel like I'd be lost because it's kind of like in the episode where no one has gone before, where you're just like you're thrown far beyond the galaxy and you're like, what is all this stuff? And you're in this like blue haze and there's like all these white streams like flying all over. And I feel like that's what it's like to be in Paul's head. He's like, hey man, here's 15 scripts and here's 20 pieces of footage and here's and I'm like, what? Where am I? I don't even know. And off to the side, there's this old lady offering me tea, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? You know, and I'm so amazed because like I finally feel like it's how someone looks at me making my films because I know how it's like in my head, and I have mad respect for him because as he's sending me stuff. I am finally confused because I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at because
Oh,
I've read like a script and then he's like, boom, here's another. I'm like, oh, holy moly. And I'll put that off to the side. And then before I can get to that, I'm like, let me go back to this. And then he's like, boom, here's another. And I'm like, oh my God. Whew. You know, and I love it because you you said you just finished season one
right.
and starting season two. And you've got planned because you and I've talked about like up to season four. Um,
Yes.
and I love that about you, how you have planned everything. So I've waited for like this moment to actually look at the footage because I haven't. I've seen screen caps, but I haven't looked
Yeah.
at anything because I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at, and I don't want to get too excited to where I'm like, now I got to look at everything because I know I'm going to look at it again, but I'm so excited to see everything, you know. And I love
Yeah.
it when I post it on the YouTube channel and then people are like messaging me like, dude, what's all that about? And I'm like, I don't know. But I
Yeah.
love it though.
It's crazy because we so all of season two, the scripts are locked. Uh, Pat Trimmer, who hopefully will see this, is just a wonderful story editor and a reader, and so we've locked two, and we're just starting three. So we're going into three and um, locking three down, and then four. I'll talk to you privately about four, but four is kind of like an all hell breaks loose season. Uh, so yeah, I mean we have some ideas, and we're not going to have a lot of plot armor going on for a lot of characters, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of a little foreshadowing. So yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Well, that's one thing that I've enjoyed, but you know, having read the scripts, you think along the same lines I do, where a lot of it is you like for me I do a lot of combat stuff where it's good character interaction and but it pretty much stays at the combox where I like what you have where it's that same character interaction but you're like let's take the combox away and let's get into the meat of the story and let's continue that and let's next level it and I love that because again as I'm seeing the actions of the story and whatnot I know that I'm like, man, these are some good character moments that you got. And then having spoken with fuck you, Noah. Uh having spoken with oh I forget I
Richard.
can't pronounce no is that the mustache?
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
That's yeah.
Yeah. Forgive me.
No, no,
But
it's all right.
like he's such a cool guy. And I'm just like, man, I can't wait to see these things. And you guys have
Yeah.
so like again, like I stop at the com box, but you're like, let's throw that, let's keep going, let's do more, you know. And you push the envelope, and I love that, you know.
Yeah.
And visually,
Yeah. It's been so much fun because the when we really got into about a month ago, the Occam scene, we shot Occam's. It's a scene that I'm not in, which is fine, and Cyroc's not in, who's our lead Vulcan, and my
right,
wife's not in this, and so it's this blending scene, and there's such a nice rhythm and camaraderie between the actors in person that it was like, no, we have to do this. We have to do this. We noticed it earlier in the shoot, and we're like, if we don't reshoot it with everyone, we're doing a disservice to everyone
right.
because there's just such good chemistry there that you just yeah, it's great. It's great.
Well, well, that was one thing he had brought up was because I had cheap plug for his show. It was
Fucking frogs, yeah.
yes, yes, yes. Um, he had brought up the family camaraderie that he feels. You know, and he was like, I kind of play the close friend, you know, good friend of one of the characters, and he was like, and it kind of got to be that way in real life. And I
Yeah.
was like, I love that, the fact that when you're on a film set, it does get to be like that, especially in fan films where it's like you're not really doing it for the money, you're not really doing it for the fame. You're doing it because you're like, I love to sweat and be miserable outside with, you know, people who
Yeah.
love to do it, same way,
Boy,
um,
yeah. And it was 106 a week and a half ago, and no, a week ago. It was a week ago we shot the last stuff with Belle, with Lauren. and we were outside at like 1 o'clock. It was 106, and like, okay, set up frame. Okay, and here, look. Okay, good. She's like, we'll do it again. Nope, let's go. And we ran to the next thing. We got our two scenes. And we're like, hey, let's go inside. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right here in Southern California right now.
Right on, man. So okay,
All right.
so which folder do you want to look inside
So
first?
actually, I think it's in a different area than what you have brought up, because what
Okay.
you have Belle, Griffin, Kyle. So there should be another folder.
Okay.
Let's see. So I can see these just like you, I think, right
Yeah,
now.
you are just like I am on this. Okay, so we'll go back to the main Raincross folder. Is there
There
you
should be. Is
you
this
should be able to move folders as just like I can. So if you need to move something around, by all means, you're not going to hurt my feeling because you are the expert here. So
okay? Let me see this here. Okay, it's Raincross senior officers. Okay.
and again, some of these are stuff that I just didn't know where to put it. So if something's out of order, it's because I wasn't sure exactly where to go.
Yeah, not a problem. Let's see. There should be a sequence of um, folders that has the officers talking. It's the opening scene of Points Unknown, and they're talking. It would normally be done in a ready room, but these are comm box shots. So I'm not sure where they would be. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking. All right. Prime. Prime Pony Express. Rabbit Hole Ground Zero. Okay, so we're all there. Occam portals. That's the portal, right? I'm not seeing it. Okay, let me see something. Let me open another folder.
Would it be under Star Trek videos 1?
Let's see. That might be. Okay, let's see. There's our wonderful Miranda. There is. Oh, look. All right. So these are the ready room scenes. Looking, looking, looking. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, while you're looking for that, I'm going to clock out for my break. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Three, two, one. No. Cyrock's right. Admiral Picard was in charge of running this flotilla too, and there's no one more determined than he is. He'll find a way to make it work, even if he has to go outside the Federation. There's nothing we can do about this now. We're fugitives. We have to.
Did you find it?
I'm in hot pursuit. I'm in hot pursuit.
Did that? Oh,
So
I
yeah.
thought that was a folder. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh no.
I was like, did I not see that one?
No, I'm channeling Roscoe Pico Train.
Oh, as long as you do the laugh, that's all I care about. There you go, man.
All right, let me see here. All right, yeah, because there's a bunch of stuff I filmed in here, but I'm looking for the other people. I'm not sure. I think they sent it to you, but I'm not seeing it. So let me see here.
Catch the bad time, Sam?
Okay, that's Grissom.
Catch the bad time, Sam?
That's Grissom. Okay. Yeah, I love how we're all kind of linked in here.
Rolling. Points unknown. Captain's star date log.
Oh, okay. I think
Captain's log.
I think we're on something.
Okay, where's that?
Okay, so it's in Star Trek videos.
Okay.
It is image 2116.
Okay.
And let me see what 2117 is.
Good news. Science.
Yep.
Good news. Science.
Yep. Okay, so 2116, 2117.
Great work. Where's our next stop? Great work. Where's our next stop? Go ahead. Go ahead. Transfer to the viewer. Transfer to the viewer. Cyrock's right. Admiral Picard was in charge of...
Okay. So yeah, 2116, 2117 are points unknown. Actually, you know what? I should do the smart thing.
You're just going to move it over there yourself?
No, I'm going to open the script first, so I'm making sure that what I'm bringing over is the right thing.
Okay.
That would be great. Okay. Okay.
You see what I'm saying, though, about how there's like so much where it's like, I don't know, because it's like, wait, what is this? What?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like how you, and it's the same way like when I shot Break Free and The 11th Hour and like several other films at the same time. It's like, I know just looking at it, I'm like, oh, that goes here. Because I look at it and I'm like, oh, I spot a uniform. I'm like, oh, it goes in this one. It goes here. But like to someone looking in, they're like, what? You know, so.
I know.
Or unless you're there, you know, and you're like, oh, it goes in this one, you know.
Yeah, let's move this over here. And 16 and 2117 to points unknown. Cool. All right, those two are moved now.
Okay, so go back to points unknown then?
Yes.
Okay.
So those should be there now.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the two loosey-goosey ones, and those
Right.
are the... I don't know if you want to put those in a file.
Yeah. I'm going to make a folder. Let's see, new folder, Lobato.
Ready room, yeah. And there should be other accompanying videos that were sent in.
Well, my thing is always just like I'll always just have Labat, you know, or move. Like I'll always just put it so therefore my editor can always just be like, boom, it's they'll just go back to it. Now
all the points unknown stuff is there, Vance. It's right under their individual names, which is awesome.
Yeah, and because to me that's how I always factor stuff in because they can always go back to and like now either one of these files do they should I change either one of them to like a certain scene or because to me I always like to go back and change it like if I need to be like change the file name to uh like scene one, scene two, or ready room scene or something. Just let my editor know when they look out. They're like, oh, it's that scene.
Yeah,
Do
you can do that. Let
Let
me
me
see.
read. Well, go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead. Change it because you know where everything goes. Just looking at I don't. So go ahead
Okay,
and change that now.
sure. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new folder and call it Ready Room. And I'm going to put everybody in there. So you have that. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. I
yeah.
see.
Yeah, and then Occam's goes in here too. So the four main that we have are uh, Ready Room, Stairs, sequence number 2, then Shannon's office and Occam's, which overlap.
Okay.
So yeah, we have all the stuff.
Okay. So everything for the episode it's here then.
Yep,
Okay.
that's a
Is
beautiful
there
thing.
for okay? So do you have backgrounds for these characters that you want, or how exactly do you want the interior of the ship to look, or is that
Um,
for the design of the Prometheus ship because I haven't looked for any of the interior. Usually I do that like right before. Um, this is obviously ready. I'm looking at that. It's like okay, I get that. For let's see here. Give me a second.
I think just to keep consistency, you can go with the same backgrounds that you used in Raincross on the com
Well,
box.
Raincross's Ready Room was on the Odyssey. It wasn't on the It wasn't on the. It wasn't on the Rain. Was it?
No, we were on yeah, because we were on Raincross ready to launch.
Oh, dude. God, so well. The problem with that is
Okay.
it's such a small grainy picture, and that was
Oh,
let me go up, and I can add these in there. Hold on just a second.
okay.
Let's
Let me
go to
underneath.
Google. Let's
All right.
see. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find some good background images. Oh, that's a really nice one. Oh, this is really nice. See, the problem with it is we don't have a full 360 virtual. Oh, this might be a
Oh,
nice. Let's see. Save. Give me a second. I'm gonna upload a couple of pictures, and you tell me if this works.
okay,
And
cool.
if this works, who it would work for? Because we can always just scroll it over. If they're sitting next to each other, we can always just scroll it over to who, and then I can save each picture and be like, person one, person two, whatnot.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Sure, do what you do.
What are you checking for?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine, man. Give me a second.
Hey, since you're at work, does this qualify as a Friday night sausage party?
Party har har. That's the problem. Like some of these are just so grainy.
Okay.
So I wish they just had like a real actual video to look at. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, there's that. Let's see, visit. Okay, here. Let's see. Virtual. Okay, set up
Yeah,
that.
yeah. In case anybody's wondering what that sound is in the background, we got a little pug puppy.
Oh,
She is terrorizing our 3 wiener dogs.
uh-huh.
So yeah, she kind of boxes with them, and they're kind of short little T-Rex arms, and so yeah, she's ruling the roost.
Okay, I'm gonna upload. Okay, it's not quite 100%, but I think these are some to work with.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna upload these real quick, and like I said, it may not be 100% to work with, but I think it'll. Let's see here. Let me go to. It'll be in the ready room one. Let me go to it. Let me add a new folder here. New folder. Background. Create. Then let's see here. Okay, the files are uploading. They should be there now. Check it out and see.
Okay.
Are they there?
Checking it out. Background. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see.
Like I said, that one I think is the one we used for you in Raincross or Odyssey or something.
Where was that one? That's not it. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was nice. Hang on. Hang on. That one. I think it's the next to last one.
Yeah, the one with the blue thing in the background. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that one's like the smallest picture, but the other ones, I mean, of course, we'd have to crop the galaxy picture out of the background and just replace the picture, which is easy to do. Because it's just the picture that we're replacing, which is easy. But is that something that you're comfortable with doing?
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay. Do you want a ready room or do you want a briefing room type scenario?
Well, no, this one, because this is one where they are all over the ship, and they're reporting in, so they're not actually in the ready room. They're not in the. I probably mislabeled that one. It's like they're briefing me over comm boxes across the ship.
Oh, okay. So you're in the ready room. They're in other places.
Yeah. So keep me in the fish tank, and then and then like Cyrock can be on the bridge, and Bell can be in astrogation and stellar photography. Kyle in security. So yeah.
Okay. So just find interesting locations for them, and then cut them loose. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will look up different locations for them, make them look good, and Okay, so let's look at let's see here. So we'll go back and we'll look at, let's see here. Go back to the Raincross folder to points unknown, look at the episode, and we'll take a look at the let's see, going back to the people's actually regular footage. So everyone's
So yeah, we go. Oh, go ahead.
it might be it might be a little tricky on Griffin a little bit because of the lighting comes through the sheet, but I think we can work it.
Okay.
I think at one point we had, hold on, there we go. I think at one point we had an issue with, I think it was either him or Pat or someone, I don't remember, like someone, they had filmed vertically instead of horizontally, and I think they had to redo it.
Okay.
So
that might have been before for Occam's, and Occam's was completely reshot.
okay. I and that was something I think, because it was when everybody sent in their footage to me, like personal, like when that was something I had them redo.
Okay.
And, of course, it wasn't a big deal, but whenever we and to whoever's listening to this, whether it's Raincross actor or Constar actor or just in general, if you're doing a Combox film, although now we have ways around it, which is basically just put it on an L cars, smaller monitor on an L cars thing. There's ways around it. It's preferred if you film it horizontally because it fits on the screen better. So just always make sure that you want to film horizontally, just because it's like a TV screen. I know in the days of TikTok, but my lumpy ass isn't going to be twerking, so I don't film that way. Unless you want me to, I can. I mean, I do have my OnlyFans.
Yeah, go to the next GoFundMe. Here we go.
Right. He is the one talking about the sausage, fest.
Well, you are in the land of ham, so there you go.
Right. But if you are filming, and I do get this quite often, not just here, but I do get that quite often, to where we had to actually figure out, well, how do we, if we're in TOS, let's do it on this format. If we're in TNG, let's do it on this format. Because a lot of people, even though I would say, hey, film horizontally, they would still do it vertically. And I'm like,
yeah, no, it's all the aspect ratio. I mean, whether it's just like the ugly 4:3 or, going on to all the other myriad of aspect ratios available, they're always landscape rather than portrait. So
well, like when I first started doing it, like, and we didn't realize we've got to put them on an L cars, thing, so that we can actually fit, because really you would only see like this part of their head,
right?
Because it's like you're on a monitor, like, because we didn't realize. Okay, we're just now we know. Hey, if they do that, just make a generic L cars on their monitor, and then you can fit their little, you can make it, so that we can see their whole picture, because again, you want to showcase them in their entirety, but if you're, to any actor, if you do get into that predicament, and you film wrong, hey, please do film horizontally. It makes it a lot better for the editors. Of course, like I said, we know how to fix it now, but it's something that can just be avoidable, just
right. And Richard has a great, I think my stickers at school, but it's fix it in pre. So don't leave things for post, as little to do in post as possible, but yeah, fix it in pre.
Yeah, no, that's exactly like I always get, I think I told him when we were on the show, I always get scared whenever someone says, we'll fix it in post. And I'm like, what? Like, no, why would you say that? Like, don't do that.
Yeah, it's almost like a swear word, like Henry Cavill's lip. Damn it! Just,
See, that's what you and I need to do. We need to have a fan film, and we just need to like digitally, like we need to get like those digital things for our lip, man. Just go the whole film with it. Like that's
Oh boy.
that's so bad. Who collected a paycheck on that? Was like, man, I feel good about myself. Like that's gonna get me another job. Like
Yeah.
I thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, I'm
It's
pretty sure the
terrible.
people that greenlit that no longer have jobs at Warner. So, anyways. Oh,
They got fired along with the rest of the Batgirl people. Like
yeah.
fuck
Oh
me.
my God.
That's so
Jeez.
terrible. So terrible. Oh man. So okay. So all right. Let's go. Since we've looked at this. Um. Let's see here. I think everything from Belle looks really good. And that's also something else to people who are doing green screen. Um. The worst thing you could do if you're on green screen is be too close to the green screen. Make sure that you're well lit. Make sure that your green screen is well lit. Otherwise, you're going to have like a really weird, funky haze around you, almost like an angelic thing. Um, I think everything that I saw from Bell looks really good, and we should have no problem with the editing here. I think everything from the green screen looks really, really well. So let's go ahead and move to let's see. Let's move to Occam since Shannon seems to be on this side of it. Let's move to
Well, the
Occam.
stairs come first.
Okay, okay,
Because that's when
all
we
right.
meet Harry and Lena and Jaren and Steve, who's Jaren's rifle.
Okay.
So if we look, and I think I moved that into the folder for points unknown. I think you might have had it there already. Stairs. So yeah, and so yeah, I think we actually attempted to use the clapper until we realized that we did not have cleaner to remove the marker. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, this is all there. All the lines, all the shots are there.
I have to say,
Yeah.
um, I have to say, man, the scenery here in this scene, um, especially like when you look at image 2268, and I'm looking at that screen cap, um,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
like that right there, like that is just God. It reminds me of that image where in TOS where Apollo is standing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when you look at the perspective, and that's what I really love about the locations that you guys have, is there's depth, there's perspective, there's scope.
Yeah.
Um, you know, where whereas like with me, it's like, well, I got cardboard.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, but I
love.
mean, you're cardboard. I mean, you and Royce did a great job with. God love it. I just the paint. I just yeah, everything. It looks great. It looks great. I
Well,
just happen to be yeah, I happen to be fortunate to teach at a campus where it's very mid-century architecture.
yeah, it looks, dude. Dude. I would love to come out there and just look. I mean, because it look
Anytime we'll
it.
host you and Ramona and Royce. Come on out.
I will hold you to it if
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
This looks beautiful. Well, we're supposed to be coming out to California here in a couple of years just to visit because that's one thing. That's one place she wanted to come, and like honestly, this just coming and taking a look at this. I mean, because it looks very nice, and
Yeah.
I can say I've helped work on some of the nicer fan films, and I can say they don't have scope like this. I mean, this is just look at some of this shit is wow, just wow.
Yeah, we're blessed. We're very very blessed. Yeah, that is. I hadn't seen that shot. Yeah, I didn't see that when we were transferring. So yeah, that looks good. It does look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at. Let's see here. So is there anything here that looks like it's missing, or does it look like it's pretty much all there?
No, it's all there, and we have different angles. I think. Yeah, and we have some great stuff with Ralph. Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This does look good, man. It's amazing. Yeah, yeah. And have full
Okay.
body shots. There's people there. Cool.
See, and
Yeah,
that's the thing that I like about the films that you have is like you have the coverage of everything.
yeah. I mean, that's one of the basics of film school is master in two shots at least, two angles, master in two angles, and so
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
still hear my root, my film professor, nice, very super nice Korean guy, and master two angles. Yes, root. So yeah.
Yeah. So you have in this one you have two Vulcan characters.
Yes.
What can you tell me to those who don't know what is the because those who've seen the pictures they might have thought he was the same character because I mean obviously all Vulcans look alike pointed ear green blooded
Right.
what was is that really hindered your makeup time or your what is that
You know, we,
or
we
is it,
we we do have to have a little bit more time in the prep, especially with two Vulcans, a Trill, a Bajoran, and Orion. And on the days we shot with Jacob and Miranda, there we had three Orions, and that was like, holy cow, it's a heck of a lot of green. But no, so we originally had the one Vulcan for Prime, which is now Foothold. So that was Jacob. Jacob, it was myself as Lobato, Jacob as Cyrock, Olivia as Lena, um, and then we have Kyle and Griffin. And so Pierre was originally he was our the boots on the ground for the brain. That's him. Because when you actually meet Pierre, he's like 6'1" or 6'2", and he's a former Mr. Universe contestant. So he is a large person.
he,
I mean,
he does look like he's
well, he
yeah.
is, he is, and he sings well. And we had him in "We Will Rock You" a couple of years ago, where he was like in a very skimpy thing. And during this one song, he's like making his pecs dance to the beat. And you're like, damn, just like I'm just gonna sit in my chair because I directed it, and I'm gonna be quiet, and just so. I said, "How'd you like it, Pierre?" He's like, "What?" And he's South African, so he has this cool accent. He's like, "Well, I would actually like to be one of the crew." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. I see you want to act in this world. Oh yeah. I would like to be one of the crew. Okay, what would you like to be? I have always wanted to be a Vulcan." I'm like, crap, man. And I'm like, okay, wait. So Pierre, you work with computers and you do networking and security and everything. So we're going to buck the trend a little bit. We're going to keep Cyrock where he is, and we're going to make you an engineer. We're going to play off the two of you as Vulcan Inquisitive and Vulcan Concrete Thinker. And so even though they're two Vulcans, they are completely different as far as approaches to things and outlook on the world, outlook on the universe, and outlook on logic. And you're really going to see this in season 2. We have a great arc for Pierre actually that we wrote with that very analytical concrete thinker in mind. So yeah,
I'll, I'll be right back. I'm going to go clock in from. I'll be right back. So
sound good.
continue looking through the folder. Make sure everything is good, audio wise, and everything. And I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. Hey Olivia, the fight on Kyle on Hiko looks great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all there. That's all there. I'm going to warn you that you're going to think that I'm nuts that I have a shot of just um, a concrete bench sitting there. It's intentional. There's a scene where Jaren snipes a small rodent from about 500 feet, and so that's what's there for, is to have the rodent like fry or fall over dead.
Okay.
So there was method. There was an absolute method to putting that in there. I guarantee it.
All right. So which one? Which one to go to now?
We can go to Occam's if you want.
Okay.
And I know this is. Let's see. Oh God, this is beautiful.
Which one you at? Occam one?
Occam's, yeah. Boy, this was so much fun, Vance. We have a friend, wonderful friend, Carrie, who actually has done our taxes for years and knows Sarah from when Sarah was the Arts Council, and she owns a brewery, and the brewery is just the coolest brewery you can think of, and it's where we reshot Occam's at, and it looks like a brewery in a pub because it is a brewery in a pub, and it's so cool.
Now, Occam's. What exactly is Occam's to those that are listening? That are like, what are you guys talking about?
Okay, so Occam's, there's a joke between in the beginning that Cyrock and Lobato head off to go see Governor Shannon. Shannon's been a friend of Lobato since Lobato was right out of the academy. And Kyle and Griffin have heard about this bar called Occam's, which is Occam's razor and everything. The whole thing about that. They've heard about this bar. It's the oldest bar in the sector. They're expecting to see like Planet Hollywood, and instead they get like the biker bar going over take a highway for those in Southern California, where it's like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, right? Where he goes in the biker bar. That's what they get, and so that's Occam's, and so. Yeah, this fit the bill. I mean, they have these huge casks, empty casks and everything. So wooden tables. I mean, it's a gorgeous location, gorgeous business. I'm very, very happy for them. They're doing extremely well. And so we went in on a Sunday, and they let us come in at like 5, and we started to set people up at 6. And we shot the entire thing. I mean, it's almost like guerrilla shooting. I mean, we got done at 10:45 with like 12 or 13 pages. So we were moving, but everyone was. It was just it's fun, such a fun scene. This is where we get to meet Travis's character, the archaeologist Rotarian. There's a drinking contest between him and my middle daughter Olivia. So yeah, it's really cool. I don't know if I'm giving too much away or not enough, but yeah, that's it.
Well, my mentality has always been, even if you spoiled it a little bit, people are going to watch it because they tune in because it's like, yeah, I want to see a good show. It's kind of like when you rewatch a movie that you've seen 20 times before. You're like, man,
right.
I want to watch it. So to me, I don't think spoiling it's gonna ruin anything. So people are interested because they're like, man, I want to see a good production. So because my thinking is, and again, I could be wrong, but it's like if they don't care about the production, they're not going to watch this, and if they do care about the production, they're going to watch this. So I mean, they're they're going to watch if they're going to watch. So to me, it's like whatever you're comfortable with sharing, share. So
yeah, and I think one of the beauties of a scene like this is, I mean, I've always thought of this that it's hard to be prejudiced against somebody or have hard feelings against somebody when you go have a drink with them or break bread. Mm-hmm. And so the crew takes the new crew members, because Lena and Jaron and Perry are new, and they take them along with them to the bar, and they start talking, and we get to know a little bit more about these characters when they're drinking, when they're having a drink. And so it's a fun scene. It's an informative scene. I mean, it's not like the usual like talking heads like, hello, I'm exposition. You're like, oh, shut up, exposition! I'll punch you in your neck.
Right.
So yeah, it's a fun scene. It really is.
Well, that's one of the things that, because again, like I, I think I have a unique perspective because you, of course, you had an established, with the picture, and you and I, had kind of formed some small,
Yeah.
and then it kind of grew to Raincross, the
Yeah.
film that's on my channel, and then so in my mind, it's like this is Raincross, but you're like, oh, that's just the jumping off point, and so just looking at the picture that you guys have, it's like, man, I'm so glad that like that's the diving board, and I'm ready to take that plunge because you have interesting characters, and I'm so excited to see what those are. Because again, in my mind, well, it's I know it my uh, impression, but it's only because that's all I've seen. But seeing these pictures,
Yeah.
it's like, man, I can't wait to see more. And it's kind of like when you watch TNG season 1, and then you jump to like season 5, and you're like, wait, how did Worf get to security, and why is Geordi in
Right.
engineering? And you're like, you only
Right.
know Geordi as being the helmsman, and that's kind of like here. It's like I can't wait to get to know these characters because it's like they look like fun, interesting characters, and like you were talking about the two Vulcans, which are kind of polar opposites, but they kind of approach things, vastly different, but they still have that same mentality. I love
Right.
that. It's like that's what I love about your storytelling and your look at characters is you're in my conversations. We've talked about characters for hours, and
Yeah.
and I love
Yeah.
that, and I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. So okay, so let's continue the Occam's folder. And honestly, I think I think we're only going to be able to get to episode 2 tonight. I mean, I think we're going to have to do this like weekly, to get through videos. Is that okay
That's
with you?
that baby. That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
Right on, man. Right on, man. Because I really, well, what initially was supposed to be just hey, let's get through all these, make sure all the footage is there, turned into, well, this might be fun behind the scenes stuff. And
Yeah.
then like I again was supposed to be like all the episodes, but now it's just like, man, I think just talking with you about where was your mindset, what about these, is this, and to still make sure all the stuff is there. I'm just enjoying being us.
Yeah. No, I
So
agree. Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
this is
yeah,
this is the stuff where I think if people saw more of this and what went into uh, the making, and of course they're only seeing our conversation and us reacting to what we're seeing on screen. If they were to see more of what we go through, I think they'd be less critical of the films. So we're in Occam's folder 2. Um,
yes.
and I'm I'm looking at a guy who looks like he has like a wart on his face. what what's going on here?
Word on his face. Let me see here.
Toward the top of the image, 2869, 2868, 2867. What is
Hold
that?
on. 69. Oh yeah. That's Travis, who's just a brilliant actor, and
Hmm.
he has these multi-dimensional sensory organs. Those are things on his face.
Oh, okay.
And so he is an alien. He has these organs which are going to be very come in very handy in a later episode. So yeah, so there they are. That's what he's doing. And Travis is just a sweetheart of a guy, and he actually comes dog sits for us when we go on vacation. But he's just a chameleon of an actor. He's a great actor. And yeah, he liked getting into the makeup. He loves stuff like this. So yeah.
I'm looking at the stuff on the wall in this place. This man, see that's one of the things about again going on location. I know my limited, like I very seldom get to go on location, especially in a place like this. Like I think I went to Stacy's restaurant here in Ogden, and we shot, for a scene, and that's been the closest I've ever been to. And of course, we had to deal with the customers that were in the background and their noise, But I mean, to me, it added to the kind of ambiance of the scene, being noisy. Um,
Yeah, well,
But
it's
like,
great. You just hate. Okay, so if you look at the Occam's group folder, right,
mhm.
and if you look at image 2818, so you
uh,
have the
which folder are you in?
Occam's
Oh,
group,
Occam's group. Okay,
yeah, and 2818, you have the
got
three
it.
people here, right?
Yes.
They were patrons at
Oh,
places we were setting up, and it turns out they're huge Trekkies and Star Wars people. And so they're like, well, can we do it? And I'm like, yeah, we can put you in something and shoot you quick and then get you out. And it turns out that the older guy on the right owns Taco Station downtown Riverside, which is a pretty well-known eatery. So, yeah. So, I mean, they ended up being, uh, he's kind of like a wine merchant. So it was really cool. So we didn't kick him out. We just incorporated them.
that's see, and that's the thing. Like, you could tell the people in Stacy's restaurant when we were doing it, like they, of course, saw us in our uniform, and they were, they were trying to peek over the bench, but they, I think businesses like when you do stuff like that because it kind of it changes the usual, you know, with two eggs, one sausage, type day,
Right.
to hey, we had a film come here, but looking at all this stuff here, I think shooting in a place like this, um, and in a place like Stacy's, it adds a little bit of authenticity
Yeah.
to the film. It's not just hey, we set up a a place on set and we shot there. It adds that real world realism
Yeah.
that you just can't fake.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
I love this stuff. This looks so great, and like you were talking about with the Patreons there. I mean, God, it looks so cool, man. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
So okay, so everything with the group looks okay.
Yeah.
Let's,
So did you actually see the fight with the
no, no.
okay, so when you get a chance, because I don't want to give this away at all.
Okay,
Um, look at image 2900. When we're done, when we're not on the air, look at image 2900
okay.
because I'm very very proud of my eldest child, and you will see why.
Yeah, I just get an image. Like it doesn't play on my computer here. It just
Oh, it doesn't
does.
play.
Yeah, not here. No, it just gives an image. So
Oh,
yeah,
doggone it.
sadly, it only does an image. So I'll have to
All
look it
right,
up when I get off.
all right,
So I will look it up once we're off. So
all right. Yeah, but Occam's is all there.
okay, so let's go to Occam's 3 just to make sure.
Yeah, what I did
Occam.
is the different folders or the different sequences that go between the Shannon office sequences.
Mhm.
So they're pretty much in there.
Okay, so now we'll head to the. Let's see. So we've got. Okay. So we did stairs. Okay, so now we go to Shannon's office then.
Yes.
The only problem I see we might have,
Okay.
and I think we can probably get away with it,
Okay.
maybe, is and this will have to be tricky editing, is we might have to have the editor cut the Orion into its own single, almost like split frame it with the Orion in its own frame, and then green screen it separately. Because that's always a problem when the Orion's on screen. Because you can't because it's the same color green, or
Yeah.
at least close enough. So we might have to, and it's always simple because like they did the same thing. If you go to the film Menard, um, like all they did was just basically like just cut the top of the frame and then just put in the buildings in the background, and that's all they
Right.
did was Photoshop it. And it's easy to do, So basically, I'm assuming, and again, I can't speak on the editor's behalf, but I know my editor's pretty good. As long as she doesn't come into contact overlapping the green screen, I think that might be where they might have to change frame.
Right.
But I think we can probably get away with that.
Okay.
But that's always the problem with green screen work and like Orion stuff. Like they have to switch blue, but then again, I see a blue uniform in frame, which would make it difficult.
Yeah, we tried to shoot on the practical set as much as possible with them.
Yeah, and that's sadly when you're working with makeup and aliens, it's not always it. Yeah, that is going to be an ongoing that's going to be an ongoing issue. So, sadly, it's just that's just the way it is.
Right,
That's
because
going to
we're
be on
looking at the scenes with Suresh moving forward when we're on a bridge or something like that, shooting with a white background behind her because she's blue uniform and green skin.
right.
Yeah, but if you look at 2174, you have a picture of Sarah and Jacob, and God, the lighting is really nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like the costume. Did you ever watch Smallville?
Oh yeah,
The costume reminds me so much of the Green Arrow from that show.
yeah,
I loved, like, say what you want about the show. If you hate it, hey, that's on you, and you're entitled to be wrong. That's okay. But those costumes were fucking great. I loved
yeah,
them. I mean,
yeah,
they kicked off the era of sleeveless superheroes.
yep,
I mean that's what that reminded me of. The first time I saw that picture, I was like, that looks like the Green Arrow. Like that is cool. I like that. I dig that a lot. That
yeah,
is awesome. That is a good looking costume.
yeah, yeah. Well, especially when they're standalone, they look because it's like the old thing of well, they're Orions, they have green skin. Well, there's different shades of green skin, so yeah,
Right. Well, and it's just like people. Like there's light skinned people, there's dark skinned people, there's all
yep,
in between. There's no, yeah, the fact that they would be, just one shade, no, it's not going to happen. And especially, those who get tans.
right. Did you ever play the Star Wars role playing game? I mean, this is going to be the
No,
ultra nerd.
no,
Did you ever play that?
no. When I was a kid, I was very stupid because I always thought I like Star Trek. I can't like Star Wars. Lord forbid I like
Um,
more than one thing. You know.
well, the
So
Star
no.
Trek role playing game, they had the triangle thing where they got into the Orions and everything, and they were like red skin Orions and green skin, and there was different variations
Oh,
on skin color. Right. So it was really cool. Um, so we didn't do that because we want to kind of keep it. The only thing we've seen canon on screen, whether it's Enterprise with those lovely three ladies, or back in original series, or with Emerald Chain with Kidder's, was it granddaughter? Yeah. I mean, they've all been very green, so we wanted to keep it green, as it were. But yeah,
I'll tell you one thing that stands out, and again, forgive me, I sound like that broken record, but I'm looking at like 2155, 2166, or 2156, 2154, even 2153. Like it's just, all the way down to like 2144. Looking out through that window, and hell, even I thought I thought in 2142, I thought she was holding a banana. I was like, what is this Orville? Like what? Um, but like looking at the people and then through the window and then the background. Again, I know I sound like that broken record, but geez Louise, you guys have such wonderful visuals.
yeah,
This looks like you stepped, you know, Star Trek Picard. This looks like you guys are like with the things that you normally wouldn't take notice of or pay attention to because it's background, who cares? But like those are the things where you don't feel like you pay attention. They're right here. Because
yeah,
usually in a fan film you would see the generic, Starfleet background with the space shuttle flying past but like
right.
it takes you out of the moment because you're like, that's just stock footage. but
Right.
this isn't. This is real life, and I
Right.
love that. It looks so real, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and Patricia Scarborough, who plays Shannon, is just one of the grand dames of acting in the Inland Empire here where we live. And
Mhm.
so we were really kind of agonizing where to shoot this at, because we wanted to make sure that it was. I mean, she was going to bring it. I mean, she's going to bring her A game. She intimidates the hell out of me. I mean, she's just crazy good, just absolutely crazy good in everything she's ever done. She's been crazy good. Um, so yeah, I mean, we thought that we were going to shoot at a residence. We're like, well, looking at craft, we're like, well, look at this. It's got these huge windows, and wouldn't a governor like to see, the sprawling niceness of her colony?
Yeah,
So yeah, yeah,
yeah. It looks again the depth. I love it. It looks great. Again, for those of you at home, I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's one of those. I think they're going to be amazed by what you guys have captured. Um, wow, it's going to be wonderful. So okay, so for points unknown, I think the only thing we're missing on this is an exit CGI shot.
yeah,
Um, I might have. Let me look back through because I know Dan has done several CGI shots. Let me look at it.
yeah.
And
I think there is something for Raincross pulling away. I think we saw it because I mean, every time I watch one of your films, like, guys, look, it's Raincross, and Cat and Olive run in. We all like,
is it? Do we need it? Do we need it escaping the planet, or is it just flying away?
I think just flying away.
Okay, so
Unless you
so we don't.
unless you want to do like that iconic TOS thing of the planet and then Raincross going
Let
out.
me
I mean, it's
let me go back through here and look at my CGI. Give me 1 second because
okay.
I'll just add you to that folder too, and then you
Okay.
can take a look and see what we got here. Because I mean, there's no reason not to put you on that one.
That's
Let's
true.
see here, Raincross. I feel like I'm missing something.
Hmm.
Which one's it? Is it Raincross? It might be Raincross. So let's see. Let me click that in there. Yes, move. Let's see here. So it's also Raincross. Move. Okay, so let's see. Share. Let's see. Paul
Okay, so this is in the folders or
at Paul22 at gmail.com.
yeah, pjacques22@gmail.com.
Got send. Okay. So it's own separate folder. It's just a
Oh, cool.
Raincross. So let's see here. So take a look at those. Do any of those tickle your fancy for?
Okay, folder shared.
And I
Okay, let me see here. Constar Nebula.
I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking maybe received 889435541.
Okay, let me see
I'm,
this.
I'm thinking maybe that one might. But it's been so long since I've seen that since I can't see. I don't. Yeah. Okay. That says Raincross. Okay. But I can't see anything right now.
It's just a JPEG. There's no motion.
Oh, well, then that won't help. Thank you very much.
Oh wait, hold on. The next one Let me see. No, that's more of an incoming. The next one is more of an incoming. Let me see here.
Grissom. Let's see. That's a JPEG. Okay. Let's see. Look at Constar Nebula.
Okay, let me see here.
I don't know why it says Constar Nebula. I don't know why I put that there.
Oh no, but that is a beautiful shot of us going into the ready room. Yeah, that
What's
is
that?
that
Of you going into the ready room?
of like, okay, you know what the famous cage shot of them going onto the bridge
Right.
in the beginning? Okay, hold on. The end of that. Yeah, well, I clicked on it too late. Hang on.
Oh, you mean how it magnifies
Yeah.
before it zooms off?
Yeah. So if you go from 14 seconds out, I think that's a great out. I think the first part of the VFX shot is very much reminiscent of in the beginning of the cage when
Right.
they zoom in on the saucer and then onto the bridge and then through the glass dome onto Pike on the bridge. Right? So it can be
Okay.
used the same way where it's like it's a magnifying, then we're into the ready room.
Okay.
Because I think it's a gorgeous shot. I really do.
Okay. So let me move this.
Yeah.
So let's see. Constar concludes. And miscellaneous. Raincross. Let's see here. And points unknown. Okay, so it's in points unknown now. I'm pretty sure there's some more CGI somewhere.
I don't think in this episode there is. I think the next episode, Foothold, there is absolutely, and then I know that Pony.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, got it. Okay, go to Pony Express
Got it.
and go Raincross Planet Leave.
Okay. Is that in the Pony Express folder?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, episode 4, Pony Express, and then CGI.
Okay. Pony Express. And then
CGI.
okay, got it. Oh, okay. Oh, that's pretty. Yep.
Okay, so move
That
that
is
one.
flipping gorgeous, man.
Okay, so I will move that to.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's this at now? Okay, so I'll move that to that folder, and so we're good on CGI then.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have a complete episode.
Hey.
Wait, where did I put it? Oh, Planet Leave. Okay, you moved Planet Leave too, so I need to put that. Okay, here we go. Oh, into Raincross. Okay, there we go. Planet Leave, points unknown. So, okay, so we have points unknown. So we are good lock, stock, and barrel for points unknown, correct?
Sounds good.
Okay, so we are a wrap. And before we finalize it, I know everything is wrapped, finalized, filmed, but we haven't gone through it yet. So we're not gonna call it good on those because we haven't officially gone through it. So I will, but we have officially called episode 2 good, and I will get this off to an editor as soon as one comes available. But episode 2, we're good.
That is how the sausage is made.
There we go. All right, my friend. So next time, I mean, does this sound like is this a good format for us going through and letting people kind of peek behind the curtain and us doing it?
Yep.
All right. Well, my friend, it was good chatting with you, and it was good doing this. I mean, it was a lot of fun just going through it and being like, man, let's pick your brain. I love it. You know, bullshitting and talking and seeing all the stuff. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So
it's like a Friday night D&D campaign.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. All right, my friend. Well, you have a good rest of your night. Be safe. Say hello to your family for me.
I will, Vance. Thanks.
All right. Take care, my friend. All right?
Right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.